time learning about the tsunami. Thailand in 2006. Here's a picture that was after the tsunami. We actually got to see a before shot of it, and there's a lot of devastation over here. Eric came to the conclusion that the wave came over from this side. We went to a restaurant today where one of the man that owns it was trapped under a building. I remember that restaurant. The tsunami, and that was pretty crazy. He had a big book of pictures that we got to look at, and it was pretty eye-opening that in 2006, like 3 years ago, some huge devastation happened. So where this picture is taken from is where we're standing right now.
It's pretty cool the way they have that set up.
Mm-hmm. It obviously looks a little bit better now.
It's really narrow.
Oh crap, that's... Let me see. Can I do this? Thanks, buddy. Alright. So, there's the view now. There's a lot more development, obviously. Over here, we went swimming earlier, and the tide was way out to like where my finger is, and now it's slowly moving in, making it look a little bit better. Kind of looked like it looked bad earlier. And then there's tons of boats over in this area. And so was that tsunami triggered by an earthquake? Is that how all tsunamis are made?
Yeah, I think so.
I don't think
like
they just
underwater earthquakes can happen though, like earthquakes out in the ocean and stuff.
But they wouldn't just happen.
Maybe volcanic. I think a volcano exploding can cause it sometimes too. But I think earthquakes are more common.
Just goes on and on forever.
He didn't do anything.
He squinched up a little bit.
Touch him again. He didn't do anything. Ew. Why are you so scared? It's just a sea slug.
I don't want to push on him.
Hold the phone. I said it's just a sea slug. I have like phobias of sea slugs now.
What his fragility is.
Squishy.
So we've spent some time in Koh Phi Phi.
I'm assuming at this point a couple of days has passed since the previous video was shot, just because I can tell what you're going to talk about.
You can see on my face like it's more serious. I'm wiped out.
Yeah. Okay. So keep in mind we were like, I don't know how we'll fill in the holes if we don't explain it. I think you might get verbose with this.
And main things about Koh Phi Phi is that it is gorgeous. We've seen some epic things there. The water was nice, a little hot, but other than that, I mean, it's Thailand, it's going to be hot. It was kind of expensive, but I mean, prices increase whenever you get onto an island anywhere, so kind of expected, but still not welcome. Well, one way that we found to cut prices is you have to find out where all the Thai people are going to eat.
Maybe not yet.
We found that place, and because we were able to say like chicken and a couple other words in Thai, and we knew what the Thai staple foods were, we managed to get our food at Thai prices because they realized that we're not idiots. And we were able to get water
Totally idiots.
free when other white people aren't getting water for free. Complicated, but anyways, we got free water and Thai prices, which is amazing. The last bit of Koh Phi Phi was pretty terrible because Eric got very, very sick. I've never seen anyone this sick in my life. And we spent a good bit of time just sitting. Eric got sick and we were both up until 6 o'clock in the morning making sure that we got him to and from the bathroom and having to do all the things that needed to be done to make sure that he didn't get hurt. And you'll see in the video.
Oh, I guess there might be more. So I won't go into explaining because there's a lot to explain.
We'll fill in more if it comes into it. Did they have 7-Elevens? I don't think so on that island.
Yes.
Did they?
They did. They did in the Google Maps.
Maybe.
It could be new.
I don't remember at the time. Maybe they did, but I would have guessed no.
They didn't have it anywhere near where we were staying.
Yeah. Again, we're like a long walk through the jungle to get to the place. Like I can't stress that enough, and how much that impacted how this worked out for us. The severity
of how much worry you have about something.
Yeah.
How we had to walk to the bathroom in the middle of the night. So you'll see that, and this is where we stayed. in Koh Phi Phi, we are staying at the Viking Nature Resort.
We could Google it probably now.
Basically, we took a boat taxi here.
Let's look it up actually. I think that could be interesting. Viking
Nature.
Viking Nature
Yeah,
Resort.
number 2. Yeah,
Okay.
Yeah, you did it.
Yeah. Let's
look at some pictures of this
I don't
shit.
remember anything like back here existing, but I don't think it was connected to things. How about we get to... How do I make this thing go away? And layers, satellite. Yeah, so the edge of the town, I almost feel like it was further away, but maybe I'm just misremembering. But I just remember it being like climbing through vines, and I remember it being wet and being a big old, like, it was like an ordeal to get to this area. And I remember maybe this or this was the beach that we were on, and like our bungalow was like kind of up in one of these areas.
One.
Was it?
Yeah, that we would go and like sit on.
God, the zoom on this acts crazy. I'm not used to it. Was it down here?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, there's that little restaurant that they were playing that song from the Hawaiian dude. Like on loop. So like our bungalow was like in these woods kind of up here. And
no, we do not care about where we stay based on sickness.
So like if I do this and then I do like the village, like, I don't know, like whatever, this one. Oh wait, directions. Go back to the Viking thing. What does it do? That's not
you
what...
see that jump? You see that jump?
But
that's woods.
We didn't walk that way. We walked along the coast.
We walked
like
along
we just
the coast.
go along the water like this.
Yeah.
So
but as you can see, there's no like.
So it says this is 1 kilometer, right? And it's not measuring this, I assume.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah. So like I think my memory is pretty spot on. I think it was like a 20-minute walk through the jungle to get there. So yeah, that jump. Most people are just taking like a boat or something, but I don't remember what that cost or anything.
Yeah, I don't remember.
But we were cheap asses.
Cheap asses.
And you can walk through the woods to get to town, which is about a 15-minute walk.
15.
Got their own private beach, which is actually one of the nicer beaches here. And we've chilled out here for a little while. And this is the restaurant that they have, which is mega expensive. And we've hung out here a good bit because they have wireless internet, which is amazing.
I don't know why that got cut. I wonder why that got cut like that. It was weird. I don't tend to cut anything, so it's weird. There might have been a technical problem or something. I don't know.
From the beach, you walk up this little trail right here, up some stairs. There's a gigantic stair right there. And right here, this is our bungalow with hammock, which is nice, but without toilet, and we'll be up there in just...
I see this and my stomach turns. Just looking at this building makes my stomach turn.
I don't have a stomach turn. I can just hear Jason Mraz playing because I just played that album on loop the entire time.
Really? Is that what you... Oh, you were listening to it? I thought they were playing it at the place.
I actually know that album. I think I heard it down in the restaurant or something, and then I just was like, okay, I'm going to listen to this.
This is one of the cleanest bungalows that we've stayed in, which is actually really nice. Again, another gigantic step to get into somewhere. We have ransacked this room considering...
Dude, we forgot to explain something. I guess we didn't talk about this in the video. When we arrived on this it was this island. We arrived on this island, and you take a boat, and you had to get off the boat, and when you jump into the water. And when you jumped in the water, you fell, and you had our computer in your bag, and half the computer went into the ocean. Mm-hmm. And we took the computer apart, and it was all over this. I just unscrewed everything and took the computer apart, and it was on this bed, and we just pointed a fan at it for like 2 days. And then I screwed it all back together, and it was fine. But the USB ports would rust every like 6 months. You have to take like a flat screwdriver and scrape all the rust off, and then they'd work again.
That was such a terrible, terrible
Yeah, it was a
moment.
bummer.
Yeah, it was a big
If
bummer.
that computer had died, I don't think we would have continued making videos. Like that would have been the end of it, because that's how I was editing all the videos and everything. I don't know what we would have done, because it was like, it was a big ordeal, because it was like this tiny little computer, and it had a special chip in it so it could play back 720p video. So it was like you couldn't just go buy one of these things at the store at the time. I would have had to get a bigger computer, and then it wouldn't have fit in our bag. It would have been this whole thing. And yeah, I don't know if I knew you could stick it in rice then or not. I don't remember what the deal was. I think the thing I was more worried about was that it was salt water rather than just regular water. That's probably why it continued to rust. I think we still have the computer.
That we've been sick. Well, Eric's been sick. I haven't been sick. I've just been really tired. So, got a pretty big size bed, but it's...
You can see the computer.
I won't go into the dynamics, but this is what it looks like. It's actually one of the nicer bungalows that we've been in, minus a few little quirks and some of the worst art I've ever seen in my life.
The artwork on that wall.
If you look at all the stuff over here, it's all really bad art. It's terrible. All right, so that's our room, which was good. And when Eric got sick, we had to come from our bungalow and up here to the bathroom. It's really not that far. But then, since their septic is full, this toilet stopped working. And just imagine 4 hours after being sick, you've got to start walking 20 more feet to that. It was pretty shitty, and I don't want to keep that guy on there. Bathroom, regular flush toilet, the worst shower pressure you've ever had in your life.
I mean, the bathroom that doesn't work.
Yeah, I know. I explained that.
Or like that you're all of a sudden naked.
Where they give you the ability to wash off your feet before you step into things. We've got one of these outside of our bungalow too, so that's another way that it actually managed to stay clean, which is good. So that's where
That is pretty smart.
And we're ready to move on.
We didn't talk about what happened. Maybe we talk about it in the next video.
I don't think that we felt comfortable. There's definitely some things I don't even know if we'll talk about right now. But so you went. I feel like we had an argument. We had a time where there was like we just split paths, and I feel like an argument happened, or like something happened where we weren't together, and you went and got some watermelon.
Yeah, I got some watermelon. Like people sell these watermelons, like fruit, like watermelon or like papaya or.
Basically, if they have anything fruity, you are
so you pay like $1 and they give you like some fruit, right? And we've done this many, many times in other places.
And I remember we came back to the hotel. Still some weird tensions between the two of us. We're eating dinner, and you just started talking about how I don't feel so well, and I'm an angry person. People don't really understand this, but I am like I know how to stew. So I was still stewing in whatever was going on with us, and I remember kind of not giving a shit, like just. Okay, well, that's
really?
What's going
Jeez.
on with you. No,
I didn't realize that was going on.
No, I mean that in the sense like, oh, he's probably fine, and I'm angry right now, so I'm not going to really ask a whole lot of questions or whatever. And I don't feel like you really ate dinner at all. And you went up to the bungalow, and, and I was downstairs for a while by myself, and I ended up coming upstairs. I think you had fallen asleep. I come into the room, and from that point, it's kind of blurry. But you definitely explained to me that you were not feeling well. I don't know if you had thrown up or evacuated in the other direction at that point. But the next 6 hours was that like every half an hour to 45 minutes was some end of you was deciding that it was over repeatedly. And it was getting to the point where
it was the middle of the night too. This is happening like at nighttime.
It was probably around like 8 o'clock when we were doing dinner stuff. I probably came up there at 10. You started getting sick, and you weren't to a point where you were actually sleeping for a long period of time until like 5 or 6 in the morning. But within every single hour from 10 to 4 or 5, you needed to be helped to get to the bathroom.
It got to the point where I couldn't walk. Like within, like I was basically incapable of moving, and everything in my body was just like out of me.
All the muscles were gone.
Yeah, I couldn't stand up very well, and like
He
just getting
looked scared, and I'm sorry, but like he looked scared. So I had to then be the person who wasn't scared. And as I said in this video, I've never seen someone this sick.
Yeah, so people are asking, like, how did I get sick? We don't really know, but we hypothesized that the watermelon had been cleaned with, like, water that wasn't good. That's my guess. That's my best guess.
I also thought that it was just had a rotten piece or something.
It could have been a rotten piece or something. You know, you never really know. You can just kind of guess. But regardless, we'd been sick when we first got to Thailand, and we both got sick. There's like a bacterial adjustment that you make sometimes when you go to countries that are on the opposite side of the planet, and you're just not used to like it's not that you ate something dirty, it's that you're just not used to the bacteria. Your body gets a little bit sick one time and then you're fine.
Yeah.
This was different. This was way more dangerous. Whatever had happened to me there was dramatic.
I was on the phone on the shitty Wi-Fi talking to like our vet friend, just explaining
our, like, medical
what was
helper.
going on, and just being like, I'm actually really scared. Like, I know that I'm pretty far from a hospital. I can't drag this motherfucker down this hill.
Yeah, there was, and like we said, like you had to walk like 15 minutes through the jungle. There's no way I couldn't have done it. Like I would have died. Like instead of being able to do that. So I mean, I guess we could have stuck me on a boat and taken me to something, but it was the middle of the night, and I don't know if that was a possibility. I mean, you could have probably woken somebody up or something. I don't know.
Yeah, I was just doing all these like plans. How do I figure this out?
And
like
I don't remember how many days passed at some point.
Yes, and so we got through that night. The following day, I basically just tried to scrounge up food for you to eat. And I explained to the people that ran the place that you were really sick. And I explained to them that your septic tank sucks. And we've just had an incredibly miserable night that just ended up being even more miserable because of your situation.
This was beyond Pepto-Bismol.
Food poisoning, and like Pepto-Bismol's got nothing
beyond that. This is not a tummy ache. This was I almost died.
And they ended up giving us a free night. They were just like, yeah, we're real sorry about that. So
I knew they gave us a free night, but I never put together that it was probably because of the septic tank not working.
Yeah, and I remember basically the next couple days were just you recuperating there, and then we ended up moving to recuperate somewhere that was like we just needed to get off this remote area of the island, and then we just decided, let's get the fuck off of the island altogether. Like just get out of here. I don't need to get beaten up by a Muay Thai boxer from London or whatever. And I don't need to be sick on this remote beach anymore.
Which is funny because where we ended up going was it wasn't an island, but it was basically an island because it was a coastal area that was not accessible by any roads or anything. You had to take a boat, but
so trying to think if there were other things to mention about this. I will say it got worse than what we were talking about. Like, I just don't think there's some things that you won't say, and there's some things that you won't put on video.
Just believe us, I was very,
when
very
we're
ill.
really, really old dudes, maybe we'll talk about it. But oh my god,
I was sick. Let's put it that way.
Yeah, definitely sick. I felt pretty helpless. I had no idea what to do, and I'm glad that it didn't get any worse than what it was, and that we just hunkered through. But yeah.
So then after that, let me flip us back to the right scene. We'll go back here, and from there we went to Hat Kon Sai. And I always worry, should I talk about the thing in advance or should I wait for the video and then talk about it afterwards?
What's the thing?
Like what happens in the video. So that's how I wrote it in here. Hat Tonsai, Tonsi. Maybe just if I do this. Yes, that looks right. Where is it though? What's happening on what's going on with the internet?
Yeah, why didn't it go to it?
Why didn't it go to it? That's not accurate.
Zoom out. Get out of this view of...
It really...
Like, leave satellites.
I don't think that matters.
It's bothering me.
Hat Tonsai. It really thinks it's here. Maybe we are just confused about where we went.
I thought it was over to the left.
No. Over to the left is not. Over to the left is the Indian Ocean. Like it
well,
was,
I meant like the bottom of Phuket. But...
No. It's like, I think in this area. This actually feels kind of right.
I do trust your feelings, so.
Yeah, I would say that it was somewhere in this thing where this boat. Yeah. It was here. It was here because we climb out on this crag at one point. And there's a monkey trail. That makes perfect sense because you dealt with a monkey. It looks like maybe this area.
I forgot about the monkey.
It looks like this area might be connected to the main roads now. It wasn't at the time when we were there. You had to take a boat to get in and out. Riley Beach. This sounds really familiar.
Yeah,
actually.
Riley,
Okay, yeah.
yes.
It was down here. It was this, and this is the crag I'm thinking about. Yeah, this makes sense. Our boat came into this area. And we stayed in somewhere like back in a bungalow, like somewhere back over here, like right off here.
You can go back to satellite if you want.
Okay. Yeah. So, yeah, it was down in this thing. And this area is famous for not mountain climbers, people climbing crags and stuff. It's pretty badass to watch them, to be honest with you. But yeah, this rock climbing thing, like there's crazy stuff going on there. And we stayed like somewhere like in this little thing. And we were there for a while because I was sick for a long time.
Zoom in a little bit more.
You want to see if you can see that monkey?
No, I don't want to see that monkey.
I remember it being more full. I don't remember it being this open looking.
There's another beach down to the... Oh, no.
I think we stayed like somewhere in here or something. Pasuk Resort.
Yeah, that looks familiar.
Yeah, I think this is it.
Oh,
And now it's just pictures of not it.
click the third one. Thanks, Google.
I'm clicking. It's just not doing nothing.
Yeah, I remember them being quite like cementy on the outside.
Yeah, do you remember the name of the guy that worked there?
Has Katie ever gotten that sick? Yes.
That sick?
Motherfucker, we had to go home.
Yeah, but you weren't incapable.
We had to go home.
Are you talking about the Philippines?
Yeah. I had to go to an infectious disease doctor.
Yeah, but it wasn't the same. You didn't almost die.
We didn't know if I was going to die.
And I got sicker in Myanmar, I think.
Yeah. I mean, I have sicknesses in my
what's
own
going
way
on with
that
Google
are...
Maps is freaking out, man.
That
She's
have
gotten
been
sick.
alarming.
Anyways, I'm going to stop fuddling around with this. Just acting like a dick.
It's not worth it.
So anyway, yeah, we have one more video that we'll watch here. And, yeah. Why does it always open on the screen instead of the screen? Come on now. Get with your times.
So we've been in Hat Tonsai for 6 days, I guess now, and a majority of it we have spent sitting here, unfortunately. When we were on Koh Phi Phi, I ate some watermelon that shouldn't have been eaten, and it made me very, very sick. And we're talking levels of violent sick that I don't think I've ever been before. That lasted a day, and then I've been residually sick and just feeling down and out of energy for the last, now I guess this is 8 days. So we left CoPP because it was just ridiculously expensive, and we weren't really happy with our situation there, especially with me being ill. And we came here to Hat Ton Sai, that is not really a whole lot more developed. There's a small dirt road that runs a horseshoe shape from one beach to another. It's the same beach, it's just different ends of it. And the main purpose of the area is rock climbing, where there's this gorgeous limestone cliffs and stuff over the sea that a lot of like hippie-ish looking Westerners come and they climb them. And it's there's a lot of white people, so the price here is pretty stupid, but it's not quite as bad as we've seen it in some other places, so it's reasonable. And normally when you get a lot of white people in Thailand, the Thais get resentful and upset and they're not very friendly, but here they've been just amazing people. They've all been very, very friendly, so that's been a really big benefit to being where we're at, especially with me being ill. So we're staying in a little room, and they've got a restaurant and a little bar attached to their little resort area. And
was his name like Val or something like that? It was like something short like that. Oh, if I say it, I'm gonna go, I'm gonna like lose my mind.
We've got electricity half the day from 6 p.m. to 6 a.m. And they have electricity all day in the bar except for between 1-ish and 5 to 6-ish. We're not really sure what's going on, but the whole area that we're on a beach in the mainland, but it's run off generators. There's no connection with the outside world here. It's pretty crazy if you think about it. So it has an island feel, but it definitely doesn't have. It definitely.
This was 2009. And what do they do for medical care? I don't mean, when you get sick in Thailand, a lot of times they tell you to go to Bangkok, because like the medical care in Bangkok is like world class. It's really good. But what do local people do? I have no idea. I have no idea, but they probably aren't as susceptible to some of the bacteria that would make travelers sick.
Pepto-Bismol into Thai.
An island. So we're sitting underneath this giant.
It's like we seriously sat in this little cafe thing that's like hooked to our hotel, and I drank these banana
shakes,
smoothies, banana smoothie things.
Yeah, like 3 a day for 6 days. I remember just sitting there going, "We're spending a lot on banana shakes." Like every time you would order one, I'd be like, "That's too much money on banana shakes." I am such not a stingy person, but like I was really conscious of how much money we were spending, or feeling weird because like we had come into this adventure with you putting down a lot more money than me, and I just felt like not allowed to spend any of the money.
Yeah, well, I mean, I needed to eat something. I think I was eating fried rice, maybe. Like
I don't remember what.
I don't remember what we were eating, but I was eating a lot of those banana smoothies.
I remember having a burger. I remember having a burger.
And we were playing card games. What was that card game called? We played
gin.
And I got really, really good at gin.
You got really, really good at gin to the point where I was just getting pissed off all the time. I said, I'm an angry person.
Oh, that was fun.
Very competitive.
Limestone rock on Hat Ton Sai, a beach that is near Riley, which is in Krabi in Thailand. And the water here is like,
it's like sometimes in the videos we get like, it sounds like we're saying the same things over and over. It's because there's days between the last shot and this shot. Like it could have been 5 days or something, and I don't remember what I said last time.
Yeah.
So like it's possible to remember I made a video.
As usual, phenomenally clear. And the terrain is really rugged. And what this region is known for is rock climbing. And let me see if I can get my way.
I couldn't believe you wanted to go on this trek.
Yeah, you kind of have to go from there's a beach, and then there's another beach with another town, like on the other side of this like crag that sticks out in the water. And you got to like climb over it and
There
stuff,
are
which
ropes and shit.
is kind of fine if you are. I was past the explosive diarrhea point. Like I was into the recovery point. The climb is fine if you're healthy, but I was just weak. I just didn't have any energy.
I got myself in. It's a little slippery, so this is what we're working with here.
It's super cool looking.
There's not anybody climbing in my near vicinity, but it's very common for people to just be scaling up these giant ones.
$20 from the
Are you trying to say it backwards now? Come on. How do you say the backwards?
Dere Pimet. Hit.
Thank you for the $20. Appreciate it.
Sweet.
And there are tons and tons.
That's banana smoothie money.
Damn right it is.
Across the bay.
We walked out along the water over there too.
And there's actually people climbing up over the place that we're staying at too. You can watch them sometimes. They climb up, and you can see them from our little restaurant that we spent a tremendous amount of time at because I've been so sick. And other than that, just people swimming and rock climbing. Oh, there's monkeys that live in the jungle too. Sometimes you see monkeys playing in the trees, like throwing things at people. Wonder if you can see how clear this is.
Yep.
Glare is kind of hard, but that's about it. And we are going to attempt to go to this other little town that is. There's only one road here. It's like a little horseshoe, and the electricity is provided by a big generator that everybody uses, and the power is only on for a certain number of hours each day. And we're going to try to go out around there. But the way to get there is up behind Katie, and we saw some people walk up these rocks and we assume there's a path up there. Are you excited?
A little nervous.
A little nervous? You might want.
Are you nervous for you or nervous for me? Do you
Way
remember?
nervous for you.
I remember you being in kind of a weird mood this day. Like I just remember something just being a little off, and maybe it's just you were nervous that I was gonna fall and kill myself.
I'll lock your shoes down. And maybe when we come back at nighttime or whenever the tide is out, this looks like another planet. So hopefully we'll be able to get some video of that this evening. That's my goal. All right.
Okay, so I don't know if I'm going to talk about this in the future, but this is kind of like I don't know if I'm going to talk about this in the past, but like later in the video, but in the past.
That took me a second.
When we went from the island I got sick on, and we came to this place, and I usually don't get sick on boats, but we were like, your stomach is insane right now. And you gave me Dramamine or something.
Yeah, I gave you something.
That's like to keep you from getting motion sick. I usually don't get sick, but we were just like, what is going to happen? We're going to be on this little boat. Like,
and those medicines tend to make me drowsy. I think they're just drowsy inducing.
Yeah. And I don't do drugs or anything like that. And at this point, I didn't even really drink alcohol that much, like only a little bit. So like intoxication is bizarre for me. The most intoxication I had was when I had like medical stuff done to my teeth. Like, you know, like her dad would give me pills or whatever to make me like sleepy because I had to have some serious stuff done. Her dad's a dentist. But anyways, so I was really, really sick, and I wasn't throwing up or anything anymore when we put me on this boat, but I took the Dramamine, and I remember coming into this bay, and I remember it looks like fucking Mars. Because like I just remember it being really orange, and the way the water and everything reflected all these rocks and stuff. I just remember like I am on another planet. This is nuts. And this image of this drowsy, like woozy, like whatever the hell is going on, I'm on Mars, is like burned into my brain as one of my main memories. Like it's like one of the top 20 or whatever that's like in my head. Do you remember going into the island?
Oh yeah. And I remember you just being like, is this, maybe not as far as to say like, is this real? Or like just you being like, am I seeing this correct? Like, what the fuck is this?
It was really outworldly, unworldly, otherworldly. Yeah.
This is just a minute or two after I quit making the last video. I showed you that path we were going to come up. And this is Katie making her way up. If you need my hand, you say so.
Gonna trust the sick guy.
It's
I can't tell. Is that guy laying down? Is there some sort of like MC Escher thing that just happened there?
Mutus Tempest. See you later. Thanks for hanging out.
Bye.
Have fun at work.
Walk to the town. How was that?
That was nerve-wracking. I'm still really close to the edge. Can we go that way?
You're a rock climber.
There might be a reason why.
Just a bit more video showing the other side of this like little mountain that we climbed up. And this is what we have to go back down. And under normal circumstances, I think this is a bit ridiculous, but this is a rock climbing village, so it's difficult to really be all that upset.
I look at that now and I'm like, that looks like some Tom Sawyer shit. I love it.
Did you go down the tree trunk?
Kinda. I came down here.
I think that you are emotionally wiped out. I think that's kind of what I'm seeing. I think that you just had enough. And this extra little thing, I think in normal circumstances, you would think this is like, oh yeah, this is fine. Like we'll go and do the thing. But I think you've had a hard week.
Yeah, I do definitely remember being not into this while it was happening, but I don't really remember why.
Yeah, those are well, people call them, they're sandals, but like they're strapped onto our feet. Like the backs of them can be closed and like tightened down. So it's not like it doesn't seem crazy. And like when you see actual rock climbing people, they're wearing like weird footwear as well. And like some of the people that were climbing, they were climbing barefoot. But this is like nothing compared to what these other people were doing. They're like hanging upside down and like hooking feet into things, and it's like what they're doing was crazy.
We're back on this beach, and the tide has gone out quite a bit. Hopefully I can show you a little bit later once the tide goes out further. I'm hoping it happens before it gets dark so that you can see this Martian surface that appears. That is what we ran into when we first got here. It was really amazing. It really felt like stepping off the boat onto another planet. But people over here have started to climb. It's gotten cool enough. I guess they wait for the sun to go down a little bit. Makes sense. And there's not very many people up very high where we're at, but down a little bit further there are some people hanging on the rock up, probably 50 feet. That guy's rappelling down from where he was up at. And we have towered a rock of our own. We're sitting up on this. Difficult to tell distance, I'm sure, with the camera, but we climbed this little rock that's sitting on the beach, and we're going to watch the sunset.
We're fucking professionals,
We're
all right?
professional. These people were all watching in awe as we climbed up this 8-foot rock.
8 feet, people.
That's probably more than 8 feet. It's probably 10. That's a good 10 feet. That's a good
I'm
10
pretty sure
feet.
it's a 6B on the French system.
6B on the French.
What does that mean?
I think they rate the routes, the climbing routes, and they're like it's a crazy rating system. It's like a number and a letter in it.
Fridge?
French system.
Oh, on the French system.
Yeah, there's all these different like ways of like ranking how
I heard
difficult
fridge,
something is.
and I was like, why am I talking about refrigerators?
I don't know what that means.
Yeah, watch. I think I know what he's going to do. He jumps, doesn't he? Look at his upper body strength. It's insane.
It's like his body doesn't weigh anything.
Yeah, it's
But
insane.
it kind of doesn't.
That was awesome. guy's got his knee. His knee is locked in up there, and he had his hands free, so he was just dangling
By his legs.
by his legs. All right. I would have taken a video of it when it happened, but I didn't have time. But this monkey right here, I know you can't see him very well, but we're coming up on him. I don't want to spook him. He chased me, and I screamed like a little girl.
You're in monkeys.
We're still in Riley.
It chased me for a really long time. It was an inordinate amount of time.
You're the bigger monkey. I tell you this. I've been telling you this for years.
Doesn't matter. He was trying to like bite my face off or like eat my toes or something. It doesn't matter. Like he was.
You're the bigger monkey.
Do not like monkeys.
Show you how this place looks like when we got here. But we've seen it like with water all the way up to the front, and it's an actual beach. But when tide goes out, it just turns into
It was orange when we came.
like boats are on the ground. I think there are boats on Mars. Could be. But that's what it looks like. I'm gonna do one of those things that they do on planet Earth where they're like blot out.
All right. So, yeah, we got some photos. I think we went to one more place that we didn't film in Thailand. I'll have to go back and check. Maybe I screwed something up because we went to another place that was further south before we went into Malaysia. And I remember like it was like there was like kind of like they were worried about terrorism and they were checking underneath cars for bombs and stuff. But I think we just were there for like a night or something. I mean, we went to a shopping mall. So I'll have to look. I'll have to look into that.
I kind of remember the border crossing.
Yeah.
A little bit.
Anyway, so let's check out the photos.
My hair is definitely doing the weird thing there.
Oh yeah, you talked about that before.
I look like my grandmother there.
Yeah, kind of. How do I make that thing go away?
I don't know.
I think you just chill for a minute and it goes away. Yeah, so just Katie in front of the place that we stayed in Phuket. This is, I think what happened is that we lost a credit card or something.
Yeah, and this is somebody sending us.
I blurted out, but your mom sent this.
Ah.
So, and she threw in Twizzlers and Swedish Fish. This is like on brand.
Knows your vice. I love that picture.
And he is jumping into the water backwards. Mm-hmm. And you can see I'm pretty skinny here. But it just gets worse. We'll take a picture later. We took a picture. Banana.
It's the first time to ever see one of those elephant
signs. Sign, yeah. So I guess we didn't talk about it at all, but we had a scooter for a while in Phuket.
I did mention that we scooted around.
Oh, okay.
I had no details about it.
The van is amazing. Yeah, it is kind of cool. It looks like a taxi or something to me, like some sort of transportation method. This is labeled Goatsy. Did you see the name?
Two.
Or did you remember
it? It's a par 2.
Par 2. It's impossible. It was really hard to get the ball in that Goatsy.
The where you start is like right at the edge of the.
It's like impossible. It just bounces all over the place.
It's a par 2.
I don't remember why we're being sassy with the dinos. Do you remember?
And no, I have no idea.
But then we've got a good one. I like this picture. This is good. But then you're also acting sassy. I don't remember why we're acting sassy.
I don't either. It's okay.
Oh.
He's trying to blend in. Or just creep people out. I can't tell. Yeah. Oh, this is after the cake coma.
Yeah. And this is that giant Buddha that they were putting on a hill. And then we did the Thanksgiving sign or whatever. Yeah. Why did I shave that beard off?
I don't know.
What am I doing? See my hair? I kind of look like Jerry Seinfeld. It's all over like this right here.
It is, but it's not as good as that haircut.
God, Jerry Seinfeld knocking it out the park. Tell the story. We didn't talk about it in the video. There's no video of it.
This? Wow. Gosh. So, I haven't told this in a while, and I feel like it's kind of just back, not as clear as it once was, but we're standing at a traffic intersection, and
keep in mind a traffic intersection in Thailand is chaos. Cars are just going kind of everywhere, and it was a you can see how many vehicles just in the background here. Like the intersection is like over the other direction this way. And there's just a lot of activity, lots of cars, motorcycles, yada, yada, yada.
And I don't really know how it caught our eye, but there was like weird stuff going on in the traffic. It was stranger things were happening than just the normal flow of water that is Thai traffic. And I finally figured out what the problem was. And that it was a dog in the intersection, like freaking out. And you see tons of dogs and other animals in Thailand.
Yeah, like dogs that are street dogs know how to cross the road.
They know how to cross the road. Like they've just learned how to not die. This dog did not know how to not die. And the dog is like freaking out. It's all over the place. It goes over and gets out of the street, but then it decides that it kind of needs to go back into the street to get to where it wants to go. And I just instinctively got down on came down to the dog's level, made eye contact with the dog, and the dog was just like a fucking human, and it bolted for me, and it just ran into my arms, and I picked it up, and I was like, okay, I have a dog now. I have a dog, and this is shortly after I had the dog. And I'm sitting here holding this dog, and
look how happy that dog looks.
I'm sitting there holding the dog, and we're both saying, what do we do now? And I was like, well, I guess we just hang out with the dog.
And clearly the dog, it's got a bell on it, and I don't remember what was on the collar or anything. I don't know if it had name tag or anything like that, but clearly it's not a wild, this dog is somebody's dog. It's not its own dog.
We came to the conclusion that the dog was an owned dog, and I remembered both of us saying, let's just hang out at the intersection and wait and see what happens. Just hang out with the dog, and then maybe someone will come up. And then across the intersection, I don't even know how we figured out that this was these people's dog, but there's a person on a motorbike on the other side of the intersection, and I don't know if they're waving us down. I remember crying.
She was crying.
There was sort of crying.
The girl on the back seat was crying.
And because she was totally watching her dog about to die. Everyone who was watching that dog was like, it's not going to last very long.
It was just running around under cars. You say it was like a bullet.
I could not believe this dog survived. So we crossed the intersection with the dog, and we went over to the people, and they were just, I guess, happy. I don't clearly see this moment. I don't remember
them being. I don't think they spoke English. I don't think there was any communication.
Yeah.
I think there was this clearly, thank you for saving our dog. Here is your dog. Kind of thing.
Here's your dog.
Yeah. So that's the story. I can't believe we didn't talk about it on camera.
Yeah, it might be a hard one to explain in film.
Well, you could have drawn it all out.
Yeah, that was a special moment.
You look really happy too.
This is my nature.
I think that's true.
Thing needs help. Figure out how to help thing. Helped thing feel good.
The dog just looks real ooh. Yeah.
Yeah. I just unbelievable.
Me and that dog got kind of a similar look. Look at my beard and that dog. Kind of the same thing. Just the beach. Nothing no big deal.
Nice sunset.
That's Patty's mom, our friend's mom, who owned the place. So now this is on Koh Phi Phi, the island that was hit by the tsunami in 2003.
And we talked about going to a restaurant prior to making the climb where you can see the island's waist or its skinny area.
Yeah.
And this guy was allowing people to just sign the wall. And if you look down in the bottom right hand corner, I made a Virginia. Oh, there you go.
Yeah.
2009.
She used to draw these little stick figures with us all the time. Mm-hmm. I think it's interesting that you wrote Eric and Katie.
Yeah.
That's interesting.
Yes.
You wouldn't write it like that now.
No.
So you can see the little narrow derp there, and you can see I've shaved.
Isthmus? What's an isthmus?
No, isthmus is like a thing that points out into the thing.
How do you know what an isthmus is? I'm just making up words.
Geography, baby.
Wow.
And you can see I've shaved, so that means I'm going to get sick soon.
Mm-hmm.
And just kind of like what the area looks, these little boats and stuff are cool.
Look at the height of Eric.
Was I big?
No, they're just making fun of you saying height.
Oh.
And the width.
Height. Isthmus is correct. See? Yeah, the beard filter.
Yeah.
It's kind of picturesque.
I got it correct.
Did you make this?
I made that.
I just saw the picture today and I was like, looks like something Katie might make, but maybe not. So that's what I look like after I got sick. And that was like after, like 24 hours after whatever being ill. Just skinny, like just really skinny.
Very, very weak.
Yeah. I
I'm very, very worried.
Was I worried?
You were worried. Like, can I eat this? Can I do this? Is this going to be possible?
Because I got sick again.
Gotta get Gatorade.
Yeah.
I had to go and look for Gatorade.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. And like, I don't even know if we knew about hydration sackets at this point.
Yeah, I don't know. I think we did. I don't know if we had
electrolytes.
Electrolyte things or whatever, but yeah. Anyway, yeah, I was skinny. I mean, I'm pretty skinny normally, but this is a little excessive. Like, I don't think you can usually see my ribs like that.
No, this is excessive.
So I'm assuming this is maybe on the boat going between the two places or something.
Could be.
This
is our standard situation, which is you should be able to see a deck of cards somewhere on this table.
Yeah. You've got a Lonely Planet out on the bottom left.
Lonely Planet is out. There's some sort of like lotion.
That's a banana smoothie.
That's an old banana smoothie. Yep. Another kind of lotion in a bag. The DS is there. The circle bag is there. Inside the circle bag's probably where the cards are.
You're probably right.
Some sort of food behind the banana shake. But this was definitely 6 days of
just
life.
Sitting in these chairs exactly like
and,
this.
You know, I think that's kind of what my bad attitude was about. That I was tired of being where we were. And then... I don't know. Even like going up on that little trek, I think I was just in a rotten, like, I don't know.
It's fine. You can be in a bad mood sometimes.
Yeah, it's gonna happen.
Let's see. Who saw the dong? Was my dong there? You can see my dong.
I could be talking about the rock.
I don't think.
I look at that rock, I think it
that does look like a dong. Did you say dong? I was like, the rock dong. Okay. Well, I don't know. It could be dong there too. Who knows? You know, that could be a rock dong. I was too sick to have a rock dong at that point in life. Okay, so this is where we stayed. Somewhere is next to Riley Beach.
It's still really stupid.
That's another photo I took
picture.
with my DS. That's a good picture of you.
After the climb, yeah.
After the climb. Looks cool. That crag is really cool. It's really picturesque.
Beach dog.
Beach dog. Yeah, see, now that dog would know how to cross the road if he lived in the road area.
That dog knows how to mountain fucking climb crags.
That dog knows some shit. You can just tell by his posture.
Yeah, no bell.
Oh, yeah, you can see that dude way up there at the top climbing. Yeah, it was cool to just watch them do this kind of thing. There's a part of me that wishes I'd gotten into this. Like, not there, but like at some point in life. I think my body, like I'm so long. You know what I mean? If I had upper body strength, if I wasn't weak, then I think I could have been good at that. But oh well. I'm too old. I'm going to die soon.
We didn't die there.
Me. My eyes are really brown.
Your pupils are real contracted.
It's a weird picture.
Or, no, maybe not.
If my beard's come... Think about this.
Beard is coming in.
That's how many days it was
Yep.
from when I got sick. Oh man, I had those pants that you could zip off the bottoms of. Goofy shit right there. That's some white people bullshit.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, look at me goofing around. What am I doing? That's kind of cool. That used to be my thing.
Mm-hmm.
I don't do it anymore. Gotta get a new one. Maybe bring it back.
Oh. Didn't see that coming. I love those zip-off pants. That's a white motherfucker.
Japan is dominant. Yeah, I know there's like a lot of rock climbing gyms here, but yeah, ain't nobody got time for that. Yeah, so this is what it looked like in my memory when we came in. Like the sun was going down or something, and it was just like these rocks and stuff, and this looks like Mars. Yeah, that's kind of what my memory has.
I thought that was a skull. That's
Yeah,
why I took that picture.
when I flipped the pictures earlier, I thought the same thing. It's like, well, that's spooky. Do you remember what the situation with this is? This is like your bag with your underwear or your socks or something like that you.
Ooh, those are
kept in it.
hydration sockets right there.
Oh yeah, they are, aren't they? Who's the penguin? And do you remember where this?
I got these patches from a coworker before leaving,
Oh, is that what it is?
and my mom sewed them onto the bag. I still have the bag. It's upstairs. But it's
it still has-
smaller than the ones that I use now.
It has the penguin on it still.
Yeah.
Oh, huh. I don't know if I've seen this in a while. Momoli, thank you for the follow.
El Omom.
Somewhere is indeed next to the beach, like 3 days. I think I missed what that was about.
Yeah, I don't know what the 3 days was about.
That
But it's probably like 3 days from the beach.
take it easy, Octopus Pumpkin. Thank you for hanging out. This is actually coming to an end because that's the last picture.
Oh.
So we will pick this up next week, and we will be getting into Malaysia next week. We'll cross the border south, going Malaysia bound, and I remember that being kind of exciting because it was like another country, and
Yes.
it was a complete in our heads. It was like a different culture and stuff. So
I
it
remember
was,
something about like getting on a train and being like, okay, here we go.
yeah.
And it was like, I do remember the terrorist things
That
you were
was going
talking
on in
about.
southern Thailand or whatever.
Yeah. And I remember thinking that's kind of crazy.
Yeah. Yeah. So I'm looking forward to seeing that and getting, and then I think we're going to be moving through countries at a faster pace because I think that we spent 3 months in Thailand and we didn't spend that long in any other country. I think the next closest might have been when we came to Japan on that trip and we were here for 5 weeks. I don't know if we stayed, maybe Korea, we were there for a while. I don't remember, but we'll find out as we move forward. So yeah, it'll be the same thing. We'll be doing this next week, Tuesday nights, Japan time at 8 p.m. And yeah, we'll just keep on keeping on with this. This is fun. I'm really enjoying this.
Yeah.
And hope everybody's enjoying watching. Do you have anything else?
See you next week.
See you next week. Yeah, thanks to everybody hanging out. I'm gonna see if there is anybody. Is anybody live right now? Should we be doing a raid? Should do those things. Do those things for the good karma.
Discord.
Let's see. It's been a while. Let's do a Victor raid. How's that sound?
Was he playing a game?
Looks like he's just doing just chatting. Let me make sure he's actually like there. Yeah, he's doing some photo editing or something. Victor's a friend of ours. He lives in Japan as well, and he's a really good photographer, and does some really wicked stuff with his photography skills. And it looks like he's doing maybe some edits on them right now. So we'll rate him. And what button do I have to push? This is the right one. Actually, I think if I do this over here, then it goes faster.
Oh, I can hear you now.
All right. You can hear me? I sent you an email a few days ago. Go back. Oh yeah, I'll get to you. Sorry, I just haven't had a chance to get. We were traveling and stuff. So, all right, I'll get back to you. Sorry about the wait. Okay, guys. Yeah, thanks for hanging out, everybody. We will catch you next week, or maybe sooner if sooner happens.
This is a highlight of the week, so thanks for coming and having fun.
Agreed.
And maybe we won't be sick in the next one.
Yeah, I don't think we get sick.
I'm trying to go to Malaysia again.
Yeah, me too. It's cool down there.
Yeah.
All right, see y'all later.
So you don't have to wait for the raid like
If
you have been?
If you do it over here, you don't have to wait.
Oh. Eric, Katie, thank you very much for the raid. How you guys doing? In case you guys do not know, in my chat, Katie and Eric here, they usually have a thing on Tuesday evenings called